Now, back home, it's almost equally as interesting. We've seen Peter Dutton come out with his nuclear statement. We've seen the criticism come back from the Labor Party. We've also seen Peter Dutton's stance on the flag. What have you made of a fairly busy week in Australian politics? We're on the campaign, aren't we?
Oh, this is definitely a part of the campaign. Now, he's positioning himself not really around nuclear energy, in my view, so much as around trying to say that he can provide cheaper energy, and so therefore household budgets are going to be better off if we keep the coal-fired reactors going for a bit longer, because that's essentially what he's saying with this package. You know, we don't have to do things for 10, 15 years. It's not going to come online for 10 or 15 years. So in that period, rather than moving over to renewable at the rate that everyone says we should be from the climate change perspective, he's saying let's stick with what we've got, which means that he can say we're going to keep energy prices lower. That's going to go down quite well in regional Australia, where they don't like wind power and so forth anyway. But the question is, will it wash in the western suburbs, where he does need to actually pick up seats if he's going to have any prospect of being Prime Minister? Because all the policies that he's pursuing now, nuclear, you know, being against the voice, the flag issue that he's resurrected now, are going to go down very badly in those teal electorates. I don't think it's a package of measures designed to win back those teal seats.
The Coalition has been critical of the Labor government's policy on the Middle East. Is foreign policy separate to the appalling anti-Semitic attacks that we've seen?
Well, I mean, certainly Australia's foreign policy stance now around Gaza is getting much stronger about Israel withdrawing, you know, quickly and unilaterally, really, and making sure that Gaza, you know, returns to a level of normality. I mean, I think that would be well received in the electorate. What we're seeing, though, in some of these extreme actions, you know, with people bombing synagogues and graffitiing places in Sydney, is all about anti-Semitism, which may be stirred somewhat by what's been happening in Gaza. I suspect that has happened, that people have got, some of these characters are getting more worked up and they take out their frustrations in the most appalling ways. But it goes to, I think all these issues are in some ways intertwined, but the government's at pains to say it at every turn. You know, there's no room for anti-Semitism in Australia, and and as Chris Minns was saying the other day when he was talking about these issues, it's not about Jewish people or anyone in particular. It's about any community that gets targeted in this way. There has to be a vigorous response by all levels of government to stamp it out. It's not something that we're comfortable with in this country.
Absolutely, absolutely. Bruce, always good to see you.
You too, Tim.